2021 was a year of highs, a year of nears and fars, and a year of firsts. This is a compilation of the highlights of what the T2PTV team pointed cameras at to bring you the action, the stories, the mission of events, locations, and maritime companies all over the Chesapeake Bay and beyond. The most recent video on the T2PTV channel on YouTube is of the Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade. The weather didn't exactly cooperate, but we still got the scoop on boats decorating and enjoying the holiday spirit. But let's go back in time to the beginning of the year, where the team was reunited with the Star Class, a regular star subject of our coverage of the wide world of sailing. The Bacardi Cup celebrated their 94th year with a COVID-friendly fleet of stars for the 6 days of racing and the coinciding Bacardi Invitational, which hosted a limited-sized fleet of J70s and Milgis 24s for 3 days. Internationally coveted, the Cup's heritage attracts an international and star-studded entry list. On home turf in Annapolis, 2021 marked a new chapter for the Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association. A long-time, essential part of the sailing scene, CBYRA stepped up their incentives for people to join the cause.
Core is communication, orchestration, recognition, and education. We have volunteers and staff that work behind the scenes to give our bay sailors, our race management committees, our yacht clubs, our organizations, the tools to make the experience for bay sailing the very best.
One of the classes to take advantage of the fleet support was the Snipe Fleet number 532, who hosted the Snipe Nationals. The Snipe is a one-design boat with simplicity at heart, and CBYRA was involved to help make sure the tale of this international Snipe family vibe was heard loud and clear. Through CBYRA's Fund for Chesapeake Sailors, a group of about 65 people from all backgrounds in sailing and memberships and associations found common ground to learn and practice team racing at various venues around Annapolis and Baltimore. After several months of training, a team of 12 women attended the very first Corinthian Yacht Club National Women's Invitational Team Race, the race for the Thayer Trophy in Marblehead, Massachusetts. The Thayer Trophy wasn't the only foray into team racing. T2PTV covered the Intercollegiate Sailing Association Nationals, hosted at the United States Naval Academy right in the Severn River. Qualifying schools competed in team racing, women and co-ed fleet champions in 420s and FJs, with the USNA teams doing very well. They won the team and co-ed events, while the College of Charleston took home top honors in the women's. T2PTV was also involved with announcing this year's recipients of the coveted ICSA Awards, including the Co-ed and Women's College Sailors of the Year. For adults, the Annapolis Yacht Club has started many new types of sailing events in the last few years, including the AYC 321 Invitational Regatta. Teams of 6 sailors from around the country split into 3 teams of 2, 2 teams of 3, and 1 team of 6 for 3 days of action-packed racing. One of the 2 Annapolis Yacht Club teams raced their way to the top after 70 scored short course races were sent off by AYC's race committee. The Annapolis Yacht Club is also the host of the Halloween Howl, a junior regatta in 420s Lasers and Optimists, and 2 North American championships. The J70s showed up strong for challenging light air conditions, and the J105s piled in with a strong showing from the West Coast, East Coast, No Coast, and the local Annapolis and Baltimore fleets. The high wind, strong fall currents, and short courses made for extremely close competition. And of course, the Annapolis Yacht Club Wednesday Night Racing watched hundreds of sailors on one design and handicap boats enjoy the long days of summer. J-World Thursday nights with J22s, 24s, 70s, and 80s were a short course one design sailor's dream again, thanks to everyone at J-World Annapolis. Also during the height of summer, the Hospice Cup celebrated 40 years of raising sales, funds, and awareness for hospice care. They used the funds to offer quality end-of-life care to patients, their families, and friends. And for the first time, T2PTV was in Chicago to cover the Chicago Yacht Club Race to Mackinac, presented by Wintrust. At 333 miles, the longest freshwater sailing race in the world took off in Big Breeze by the Navy Pier. over 200 boats in cruising and racing divisions, with a lot of Corinthian and family spirit, saw most types of weather on the journey to Mackinac Island, a truly unique island in Lake Huron, Michigan. In Newport, Rhode Island, the C. Thomas Claggett Jr. Memorial Clinic and Regatta got all of their sailors, volunteers, caregivers, and sponsors together for the 19th running of the event, the 18th year on the water. An open event to include disabled and able-bodied sailors, this year the disabled sailors were also competing in the U.S. Parasailing Championship in the waters off Fort Adams. To wrap up on travel, I spent a week in Juneau, Alaska, kayaking, whale watching, and checking out the local scene, and spoke about T2PTV and the sailing world at the Juneau Yacht Club, complete with a Burgee exchange. That about wraps it up for sailing coverage in 2021, but we are up to a lot more than sailing. Look out on the film festival circuit. T2PTV produced and edited a documentary about pilot whales and a particular beaching event that occurred on Reddington Beach, Florida. The Clearwater Marine Aquarium and the stranding network they are a part of relives the rescue effort and the science involved to help support large marine mammals. We also dove farther back in history to bring a nautical journal to life. Check out The Last Sailing Ship, the diary of Josie Choate Spencer. Duncan Spencer, award-winning author and blue water sailor, weaves the story of Viking and the last remaining commercial sailing ships through the diary of his mother Josie, who booked passage on the Viking in 1933. We also continued our partnership with the Annapolis Maritime Museum and their mission to share stories of the Bay and educate their visitors and students around the state about the health of the Chesapeake Bay and what everyone can do to respect history and Mother Nature. On land, T2PTV continued working with the United States Naval Academy to share their stories of the midshipmen and alumni with the world. Incoming mids preparing for service, campus life, stories of recent grads, and accomplishments of the long blue line. Other pillars of the Annapolis story being the Renaissance Festival, the United States Power and Sailboat Shows, West Street Arts and Chocolate Festivals, and Midnight Madness Nights, which T2PTV was part of documenting for Visit Annapolis to help our tourism industry. Back on the water, we followed Watermark and their vast fleet of boats that cruise the waters surrounding Annapolis, Baltimore, and the Chesapeake Bay at large to witness the splendor of nature, historical landmarks, and towns. We joined up again with Boats.com and Lenny Rudo to tour boats the way only Lenny Rudo can, and continued filming with Juneau about their line of yachts and powerboats that are being designed and sold all over the world. Thank you to everyone who has been part of the T2PTV team this last year, and to all of the clients and sponsors that are committed to making the sport of sailing and life on the water or near the water bigger and better and wetter. Follow us on YouTube and ring that bell to subscribe. 2022, bring it on. For T2PTV, this is Ashley Love.